You alright?
Hmm?
You alright?
Yeah, it's not enough.
I thought you were. You look really tired. I'm tired as well.
Come here, baby.
Hey.
You look pretty.
I don't feel
You like your video I sent?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I think, hold on, UPS is here, I think.
Oh, right. Is this the scooter?
Hold on, baby. Hold on. Yep. Hi, I'm Dustin. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. You too.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Well, that was good timing. I don't think I'm as excited as you. I mean, I bought a scooter, but I bought it for my daughter. He's so excited, just like a little kid at Christmas.
What did you say just now?
I didn't say anything.
I heard something. I'm like a little kid. Hi, everybody.
Hey again.
So Sarah's saying this is Dustin's video. I don't really know what that means.
What's your idea?
This came up in a conversation, is all it did, about trust and about sharing and about openness. So I thought we could make a vlog on it, and that's all it was.
And that you wanted it to be hearts and guts.
Dustin's ideal. What?
And that you wanted it to be about heart and guts.
Well, I didn't say that, but yeah.
You did.
Heart and guts? Is that what I said?
Something on those lines.
Maybe I might have. You know, guys, it's vague at this point, but it's a possibility. I may have said that. I'm really tired right now. Sorry.
Me too. I've been studying all day.
I know you have. I know. Your hair looks good.
Thank you. I actually
You're
combed it.
Petting it like it's a pony.
Because I actually brushed it for a change.
You always brush it.
No, I don't.
It looks good, usually. Anyway, we were speaking this morning, right?
Yeah.
Well, it started yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what did we talk about? Passwords and emails and phones. Well, it got brought up. There's this show on Facebook. It's called, it's scripted, I'm pretty sure, but it's called, I don't even know what it's called, but what it is this guy interviews people on the street, couples usually, and he asks them to switch phones. And that's pretty much how it got brought up, talking to you, because I told you I would send you the link when I got it so you could see that. And usually big drama explodes over that. And I told you that would never be a drama with me, because it's always open, you know what I mean? I personally think, and you agree, that, of course you do, that I think in to have a long-standing, healthy relationship, I think it's important to have every area of your life available to each other. You know what I mean? Not to saying that you can't have privacy in a relationship, you know, or personal space. That's not what it is. But as far as social media and money coming in and money going out and stuff like that, I think it should be open to each other if anybody ever has any questions in a relationship. So I think it would just keeps it out, all the questions and the doubts, if that's just always available, you know. Not saying that you can't take off and have your own time if you need it or nothing like that, because that's healthy also. Say I want to go fishing, or say you want to go off shopping, or just whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? Which I'm sure you will.
Why do I get the shopping one?
Home Goods, $8.95. Home Goods, $7.32. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You've even stated it nice and clear that I will not be allowed to go with you when you make purchases. So.
No, because you will be asking why you're putting that in.
Well, that's what you're thinking, I will say.
You will.
I will not. Baby, it's me you're looking at right now.
Wait till you get 5 years into the relationship, you will. Maybe not at first.
We're 3 into it now. Why would, babe? I would not.
Right?
I wouldn't. Would it do me any good?
No, not really.
Yes. As I was saying, naturally witty she is. She said she was going to come up with a witty comment, but it wasn't quick enough when I said the shopping thing. I said naturally witty she is. Give her a couple minutes and she'll come up with one. Because what she says she is being witty, she's actually teasing the shit out of me. And I'll let you guys decide.
I can't help it. It's just my playful side coming through.
I love it.
That's a nervous laugh right now.
I do love it.
Oh, you're saying I do?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. But you call it witty, but it's teasing me.
That one went over his head. I do.
Not harmful. I mean, you don't hurt my feelings.
Still went over his head.
But I didn't hear it. That's why. I got one headphone that works. I broke them yesterday, along with my phone. But,
we're not surprised anymore.
Oh, sweetie.
The people who watch and me.
You're just surprised that I broke my phone and my headphones? Why wouldn't you be surprised?
Because we know you're clumsy. Okay.
So as I was saying, this ideal came around when we were talking and about having just that openness on both sides.
But some people would disagree with you over that.
Yeah, I get it. And somebody we know that I won't mention said that you ask her if she looks at bank statements coming in. I won't say who it is. And she said, no, I would never open up that mail. His mail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it doesn't have her name on it. But one of the issues she has is about his finances, not knowing what's going on, and they live together.
Yeah, and that's not right. I don't think so. Because how can you expect your partner to have your back or to be all in with you when they're in the dark? You can't. It don't work, man. They don't have access. That's my opinion. You know, and then that goes back with this is to do with a lot of stay-at-home moms, what I'm going to say, honestly it is, or older generation where they have to ask their husband for money too all the time. And I don't agree with that at all. So
or given an
allowance. If the man's just working, or even if it was a stay-at-home guy and he's not and she is, they should have even flow access to accounts. They should. They shouldn't have to ask. I think that's degrading.
But also with like wealthy people, they'll give their spouse allowance money for the month and stuff.
Yeah. I don't agree with it personally.
No, I don't either.
I wouldn't want to have to ask for money all the time or like that. I don't want that.
But the person we're talking about, also, if she spends money, he questions her or says, we haven't got enough money in the bank, you shouldn't be buying that. But he buys whatever.
How does she know that?
But
she doesn't know that.
Yeah, but that's what that's where it comes down to control, doesn't it? Because he can buy whatever he wants.
Yeah, I'm not good with that. You will never ever be an issue with us ever. Your name will be on it the same as mine. You won't have any limitations. We'll both be on the account. There won't be a primary. There'll be 2 primaries. So you'll never have to worry about that. Although we did decide on one thing, that this makes me feel good, as far as you and your daughter having your own savings account. So to have money and to put in money for that for you guys for a couple of years, just in case, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that can
because you that's different, because for me, in my eyes, because you're leaving your country and stuff like that, and that's a safety net for you guys. Because it just I disagree with that. And I agree with that for the simple fact is I don't ever want you to feel trapped. But that doesn't mean I won't know how much money's in there. You know what I mean?
Oh, we didn't talk
Right?
about that bit.
Well, I'll know because I'll be putting money in it. So I'll know how much is in there. Oh, we didn't talk about that bit?
We didn't talk about that bit. But
well, then in so many, it's after you're comfortable, you said, this is what you said, after you're so comfortable, we'll spend it on something. After you've been here a while and you don't have that anxiety anymore, then it would be spent with on the family. It wouldn't be something you kept forever, is it?
Not a sports car for me. I had plans for that money.
I know you're joking, right?
Actually, no.
Yeah, so that's the same thing as the other stuff, if that's how it is, you know what I mean?
The only thing is like, before I even met Dustin, I was always like in the frame of mind that if I met somebody and I moved in, I would always have a secret account, a money account. I always had that in my head because I was like, well, if they cheat on me, at least I've got the means to leave and walk away. Because I think a lot of people stay with people who are abusive or financially abusive or cheat because they're not secure enough to leave, or they haven't got the money to just get up and go. So I always wanted a secret account because of that. I wanted to protect myself from feeling vulnerable or that I had to stay with them.
Yeah.
And so I battle with that because there's still a part of me that wants that.
And what did I say about it?
You weren't happy about it.
You're tripping. I was completely happy with it.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Huh?
With you having something for you and your daughter? Bullshit.
You've just said for a couple of years, we're having an argument. Stay there. Because I got to 5 minutes.
No, because after a certain amount of time, you would feel comfortable, wouldn't you? Or is this something you're going to carry forever? We're not having an argument. It's funny.
You didn't, because you said that, yeah, well, you weren't happy about it at first, and then you came around and went, well, for the first couple of years, you can have an account.
I thought it would be a good idea. Yeah.
But
finish your story.
See, I'm in two minds because the part of me that wants to always protect myself and make sure that I'm self-sufficient, I would want my own account. Because nothing is guaranteed in life. Nothing. You don't know what somebody's going to...
But you don't want me to have one. you get what I mean? It goes both ways, baby.
Yeah, I know, but... yeah.
Yeah, but what?
Yeah, but...
But what? But what? Speak it.
No.
Please?
I just think women are more vulnerable than men. And so it's wise for women to protect themselves. Yeah.
You're only vulnerable if you never choose to do anything. That would obviously make you vulnerable, but you're not that kind of person. You're going to seek a career and make your money and stuff like that. So at that point, why would you be vulnerable?
I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but we both know you, and you're not going to just not do anything. You're not built like that. You'll work, you'll do something. But I could. Degree, you will have an income.
You don't know that. I could end up with a disability or an illness that stops me from working.
Yes, that's extreme. But
it could still happen.
I'm talking as far as directions. You're not that type of person that's not just gonna do anything. You're not built like that.
Anyway.
So I think that goes for women that, yeah, honestly, or men that rely on the other one totally. Yeah, there is a vulnerability there. Absolutely.
Yeah, but even if I was even if I was working and had a career and everything, you still need a lump sum of cash that if you need to get out quick.
What the hell do you need a lump sum of cash for? You don't need to get out.
If I did need to get out, at least if I've got a lump sum of cash and I can put a deposit on a place, if something was to happen. That's the battle that goes on in my head. To be smart would be to put money away for myself if I had to. But then that flip side is that I don't want that kind of relationship where that I would think that I would need to do that. And also it's not fair on the other person if I was doing that. So
what are you going to do?
So I'm basically conflicted.
I know you are. And then that's why I did agree, because I want to support you in whatever you're going through. So
for a couple of years,
whatever you want to do, it really don't matter. I mean, if you're going to do that, do it. Fine, whatever. I mean, I'm secure enough that I think we're going to be just fine as far as together, behavior wise, and in the way we love each other. So I'm secure enough. If you want to open an account and build on it. So.
We'll see. What? We'll see after this conversation and the recording stops.
That's not true. You're saying I'm two-faced. No.
That certainly isn't what you've indicated before.
I indicated that I was okay with it.
For a couple of years.
From me.
For a couple of years.
Well, gosh, how long do you need to feel that way before you know that I'm serious?
Shall we move on?
Yes, we can. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I love you so much.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, you're amazing. What? What'd you say?
You still
what did you mumble, babe?
I remember, would you if I had my own account then?
I told you I was fine with that just now. I stand by what I said. And then when the camera asked or stopped, you asked me if there was anything else I wanted to say. I said, no, I said it. I stand by with what I said.
Okay. Oh, that's good for me. I've gained something out of this. Right.
What? What are you talking about, Sarah? You gained something out of this. This is something that you already gained.
Oh, I've extended it past a few years.
You go ahead and save us for as long as you want, okay? You want me to give you a percentage every week to put into it?
Oh, are we negotiating on camera?
You can have 50%. How about that? And you can put it in an account and put it up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi.
Hi. Okay. I did actually have a couple of questions written down.
Did you, baby?
Yeah, I did. Don't know what my first one was.
Are these questions you're going to answer also?
Of course.
Thank you.
Do you want a moment?
Okay. Now, what were you saying?
I don't know. We were talking about money again, but more sensibly.
It just don't mean nothing to me. So if you want to do that forever, you want to do that forever. So,
but
and then you said you offered me 50% on camera. I got it on camera.
But,
and then I asked you if you want that kind of relationship, don't you? 50% fair.
And then you said.
And you said, why don't we turn on the camera for this?
But you were affected by what I said.
Well, you kept going on about it, yeah. I was.
But the reason for that was...
You kept going on about it.
No, I didn't keep going on about it.
Well, that's how it felt.
But it was because of the meaning, wasn't it?
I told you why it affected me. Because I would always live with the fact that I felt something was wrong with me, like how I'm bringing something to the relationship. If you're still living with that insecurity, obviously, I would feel like it was my fault. That's why.
But that's where you're putting that onus on yourself, rather than actually it's something in my psyche or things that I've experienced.
That's how I would feel, is like I was falling short on the mark on somewhere. So that's why.
I think it's oh dear. Yeah.
Oh, baby.
I'd like to know what anybody else thinks about that, though.
Yeah, sure.
Is it smart to have your own account and separate accounts and then a joint account as well?
Well, it is for you.
You see,
after we were just speaking this morning about having everything open, so I don't know. See, it's kind of conflicting, like you're saying. That is conflicting.
But I do have that conflicting, because on one hand, I think you should be smart and savvy, especially as a woman, I think.
I know. So basically, the woman gets to be up in every angle of the man's world, but he can only have almost all her world. So basically is what you're saying? Is that about chop it up right there?
I'm not saying that, but women are generally usually disadvantaged more than men in the workplace and everything. Because definitely in the UK, men in theory earn more than women and things like that.
Yeah, but we're talking about us too.
I know. So anyway, my point is I'm conflicted, because on one hand I feel like I should be smart and think straight, but then I want to be governed by my heart, and my heart is like, if I'm all in, I'm all in, and there should be just one account, and that comes down to trust as well, doesn't it?
Especially considering if it's one account and we're both primary on it, you can clean it out anytime you want. You get what I'm saying?
But then if there's issues, then you could clean it out and I couldn't get to anything.
If there's issues, you'll see those issues coming way before the money's gone. So those issues would come if I relapsed and I was a full-blown addict, but that's a process. You get what I'm saying? That's a process to get there. That's not just something. I'm not going to ever go on a gambling fucking wild streak. I don't gamble and I don't do that kind of stuff. I never have. I've never lost my shit like that. It's always a process. So. Obviously, if you're on an account, and that goes for anybody, if they have a joint account, they can see when money's being taken out, and you can see it. It's just to go in there and clean it out one day and run away. That's just not going to happen.
But people have done that to their partners.
Yeah, I know they have.
Saved by the bell. Huh? 20?
No, I said just 20%. You 20%. Said, I'd never do that. And I said, what, just 20%?
Okay. Okay.
So back to, you had a couple questions, baby?
I do. Are you ready?
Okay. I don't know what these are. So I don't know if I'm ready, but
okay.
We're about to find out.
Do you feel that you are worthy and deserve love?
Do I feel that way?
Yeah.
Some days I do, some days I don't.
Why don't you?
Because of just my past and things I've done, and just I wasn't a very good person, you know.
And what makes you feel that you do deserve it?
You.
Oh.
You do. You do.
Don't you stop me crying.
Well, I'm starting to cry right now. I don't know what it's been. It's been like the last couple times that we visited, I just look at you and I'm just, oh gosh, I'm just overwhelmed and just so full of gratitude, and just my heart feels like it's just going to explode with just fullness and completeness. And thank you.
But I think because we've been like talking every day for like how many days now? 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 days continuously. I think I've been feeling that way. I've been feeling really intense emotions and missing and longing. It's
almost
been
like
really
you were
bad.
here minus the touching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly what it's been feeling like again. Like you've been here, but minus the touching.
But not there like physically, is it?
That's the longing.
Yeah.
That's the longing I'm having, is to have you in my arms again and just to smell your skin and taste your kiss. And that's the longing. So.
That's what's been really, really hard.
Oh, you want to be in my arms and smell my skin and taste my kiss? Baby? See me in my work boots? You seen me in those today, didn't you?
Yeah, these boots are made for walking.
I knew you could sing. See?
Yeah. No, I can't.
We won't get into that video, but... But if that don't show you I'll do anything for you, I don't know what I got left.
Do you want another question?
Yeah, go ahead. That was a really deep one.
Or am I supposed to answer that?
Because that one's still it's still lingering, that question. It's just one of those. Yeah, why don't you answer it, babe?
Do I feel I deserve love? I feel I deserve it. I feel like I deserve it, but then I don't feel I'm good enough for it. Yeah, that's how I feel.
That's how you currently feel?
I battle with those emotions in my head.
Same as me.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Just different reasons, but the same battle. It goes day to day.
And I always
go ahead.
I always have that every time, every now and again, I have that feeling that I'm not good enough for you. I still have those fleeting thoughts that I'm not going to be enough. And that goes back to the money issue, where I'm like, that part of me wants to protect myself in case you realise I'm not good enough.
No, that's not going to ever happen. But I've completely lost myself to you. So if I'm anything, I'm dedicated. Like an addiction, girl. All consuming. You really are. You just consume me. You do.
It's like 3 years on and we're still really obsessed, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like obsessed with each other.
I just know one thing we've never did. Not one time, not one bit has ever said anything to intentionally hurt each other. Ever. Mm-hmm. And people do that in relationships when they argue, and they'll say stuff. They just do. 90% of people, when they argue, couples, they do that. They'll say something, whether it's an insecurity to each other, mad, or they'll just say whatever it is to hurt that person and make them feel the pain they're feeling or whatever. But not one time has that ever crossed my mind to do that to you. I've never done it, and I feel you've never, ever intentionally tried to hurt me by saying anything. No.
But I think if I've been feeling pain, I'm trying to explain that pain and why I'm feeling it as well. Yeah. And where it comes from.
Some stuff can't be unspoken, man.
Yeah.
And once it's spoken, even though it's apologized for, and they think they've cleaned it up, or people, because I've done it in the past too. I've said stuff intentionally in relationships to hurt other people, and absolutely. I
So have I.
Absolutely. And but once it's out there, it can't be taken back. It can't, and it's going to settle like a seed. And whether it brings life and grows and matures, I don't know. I just know that's a seed that's cast in the ground. So, but with you, I've always tried to be cautious of never ever trying to hurt you like that, because I know it can't be undone. So I just figure if I never do that, I'm good to go.
Right, I have another question.
I want to make a comment really quick.
Go on then.
So I just wanted to tell you thank you. So it's been really hard for me to adjust. I feel like crying right now, totally, because this is something I've struggled with.
Thanks.
Oh God, I don't even know if I want you to record this. So it's been really hard with me I don't really know how to explain this, to be really kind in my tone. And it's hard for me because of the environment I was in, where you can never be kind like that. And you've actually, you've just let a lot of it go, and you just ignore that part. You really do, and knowing it's not personal, and I thank you for that, because that could have ruined our relationship, you know.
Yeah, there have been times when I've noticed you're quite sharp. But I've noticed it since you've got out, actually. Not when you were in prison, but when you got out, I've noticed it. But I think because you've always explained it, and I'm aware of it, and I can completely understand how being in prison for 10 years, it changed. You know, you have to become somebody you probably don't want to be, because that's what you have to project to stay safe. I understand that. So I'm aware of it, and I understand it.
This is something I have a lot of gratitude toward you for. So, thank you.
Oh, I don't thank me. You don't need to thank me.
Yeah, I do. You deserve to know that I'm really grateful for that. Because you look past some stuff that most women wouldn't. Let's be real. Or most people or men, they just wouldn't. So.
But I think deep down, I know you're not I know you're not doing it to hurt me. And I know it's probably a natural defense mechanism, probably, that kicks in with you. But that's why I try and not focus on it, and I try and make a joke of it or something, or laugh it off, or just, be playful with it. And that's how I try and deal with it.
And I'm working on it. I'm getting better. Because you can't stay in that place forever. You shouldn't have to stay in that place forever where you have to always joke off my behavior, or you get what I mean. So I am working on it, because I know it's really important to have a healthy relationship, and that's not going to leave us with a healthy relationship.
But then I don't want to sit there and just ignore it, because if I ignore it, yeah, exactly. Because I know when I was editing a video the other day, you were snappy, and then I went, all right, back in the camera like that. When I watched it back, that's how I responded back.
Did you do anything to me, though, to make me like that?
I know.
I
do joke and wind you up a little bit, don't I?
You can, but I guess that's what it's all about.
But as I said to you the other day, I never do anything. I know I tease terribly, but I know it's never from a place of malice, or that I see. I know I keep joking about your scooter, but
and my hands and my feet and my eyes.
I didn't realise I'd said that. Yeah. But it doesn't. But I don't see you as any less or pathetic or somebody just I don't see it like that. It's just, do you know what I mean? It's just me being playful and just tease it, but it's not from a place of saying it to be cruel or unkind or.
No, because if you've seen somebody be cruel or unkind to me, you'd probably come right to my defense.
Yeah,
like a rabid dog.
Yeah, I would.
Hell yeah, you would.
Because
I
I
know
do,
you would.
because I do feel extremely protective over you.
I know. Same here. I'll lay it down quick for you, girl. Like you ain't never seen. You'll be like, oh God, what?
It's like I feel like I'm the only one that can teach you. That's allowed. Nobody else can say anything.
I know it doesn't come from a bad place. I've never ever felt hurt by you. Ever, honestly. What, you beg to differ?
No, I'm agreeing. That's what I just said. I'm going to ask you something that's probably quite emotional.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So when you found out that you had cancer, did you think I would leave you? Honestly.
What?
Did you think I would leave?
You would leave me?
Yeah.
Of course I did. Of course. Thus me trying to get you to leave me. By giving you an option with my words telling you, hey, if you want to leave, I won't think nothing different. Of course.
I remember that.
Just to protect myself, you know. Obviously, I didn't want you to leave. Who would ever want their spouse to leave them? But so incarceration. So I used to say this too, that incarceration is like your time of cancer, man, and the people that stand by you through that are the true people in your life, and you stood by me through that before the cancer. You know what I mean? So even getting the cancer, I feel you stood by me through a greater challenge than the cancer. That's how I feel. So just wanted you to know that. Yeah, I thought maybe you would, but then that's just insecurities because you're not that shallow. You know what I mean? You're not. You love deeply and fiercely because you don't give that part of to nobody. So I know when I got that, I know what I get. I know what I get from you with that. So yeah, of course I thought that. Anybody would. Yeah. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
It would cross maybe not somebody who's been married 50 years. They would probably know, you know, but I mean, generally, I think anybody would have those thoughts. Please answer the questions, guys. Anybody would have those thoughts if you got cancer or anything? You think your spouse might leave? You know. I know, especially the cancer I had. You know, prostate cancer.
I know, because
it comes with a lot of side effects.
But it was also really distressing when you're like I was receiving letters where you're like, what if I've got 6 months to live and blah blah. You know, it was so hard.
How they were treating me and telling me.
It was so painful. But even through all that pain, there was never a moment where I thought I'm gonna walk away. I could never do that to you. Ever.
I know that. Like of course it crossed my mind. That's why I tried to let you off the hook.
I know.
Well, it needed to be said too. I think that would be fair also of me, what I said and told you, hey, if you feel you can't do this, let me know. Just do it. If you're going to go, just go. Don't drag it out. So, basically that's what I was saying to you. If you're going to leave and you can't do this, just go now.
Yeah, I know. But I think I've seen so many people over the years that have been end of life and then people just vanish, and it's the people that stay around that those are the true people. The ones that vanish, they don't care.
Getting cancer in prison is really effed up because we weren't married. We're not married, so you would have no rights to see me. You wouldn't have been able to get in to see me. It would have just been I was dying alone anyway. Even if my brother came, I love him, but I still would have felt alone, because it's different love, different thing.
Yeah.
So it would have just sucked. Yeah, it would suck to die in there. Because you always, when you're a prisoner, you know how medical is. You know what I mean? It's the worst, you guys. It's absolutely the worst, especially in the country of America. And the medical for inmates it's horrific, you guys. There is a publication called the Prisoner Legal News. I suggest any of you guys to check it out. It's the Human Rights Foundation publishes it, and it talks about all of that stuff. It talks about medical for prisoners across the United States, federal and state, and it's horrific. The treatment of inmates is horrific. So they kill you, they neglect you, it's horrific. So it's just not a place, and you always, you talk to your friends in there and stuff, and that's the one thing you guys talk about is you never want to get sick in here, bro. That's what you're telling each other, because you've known somebody that has died in there, or they've killed. Medical staff is killed by misdiagnosis, by practicing medicine on them when they're not doctors. So experimenting on them, prolonging it so long until it's just too late, and they only have like a week to live. We knew one guy, he died like a week after they told him that he had liver cancer, because he put in to go to the doctor, and they just wouldn't see him. And then when they did see him, they just put him in a holding cell in the back and let him die. So you keep that in mind, and that's somebody that you knew and you ate with and you spoke with every day, and they murdered this dude. You know what I mean? That's what they did. They murdered him. So, and you always keep that in the back of your mind. It's like you just don't want to get cancer in there and die. So, or any kind of sickness, because you will die in there. And they let you out like a week. If you have a week to live is when they let you out to be with your family, because they don't want to have the cost of burying you and dealing with all that. Is why, the only reason they let you out. They call them compassionate releases, but that's not what they mean. They just let your family deal with you at that point. So that's just the truth. Anybody tells me different, I'm telling you, if you think different, you guys, it's because you are misinformed. I promise, because I watched it. And it happens in every institution. And the feds are the worst. They have the worst medical. And the federal system does. So, yeah, we'll go. What was the question again?
It was, did you ever think that I would leave? Yeah. Even towards the end,
I didn't know.
When it got tougher, did you think I might just suddenly go?
What?
Even towards the end, where it got really tough for you, did you think I would leave?
There was just so many unknowns in there, and I was locked down, and my head was just there was just so unknowns, and my head would talk me into so many different feelings and emotions. My brain would, because all you have to do is think in there. I just got to the point I couldn't even escape with books or nothing anymore, So, of course I thought those thoughts. But you just kept reassuring me, and you kept showing up. So you answered my calls, even when they were only 5 minutes, and I couldn't barely call you, or you managed to answer them. You never ditched me when I called. You always answered. If you answered and it was me, you always accepted. You never just hung up. You know what I mean? So I don't think. No, I know you didn't. So that always gave me that hope, But remember, right before when I lost all the weight, and I was in Grady. Remember, we haven't seen each other like real interaction up until that point, and I just got that letter. You know what I mean? Where you weren't sure if you could move on, and you were.
That was after Grady. I sent that because I told you when you were at Grady.
Or did I get it after? Oh, I got it after.
Yeah, you got it afterwards.
Grady's what saved us, huh? Huh? Didn't it?
Did it?
Well, you said that's when you knew you wanted to move forward at that point. When you met me, as far as interaction-wise. I think something like that. I'll have to go back and look at your vlogs that we've put up so far, because you spoke on it.
I'm not so sure that's right.
Well, and I'll just explain a little bit of it. I'll give it a little bit of it. Well, just because, when you're around dudes all the time and stuff, you get kind of crude, and and I was being like that a little bit in some of the letters and Just like that. Well, let's be honest. Let's be real. Are we going to put this out there, or we're not going to put it
I'm
out there?
not sure I'm going to put this.
And you were like, "What the hell?" So you were questioning things, rightly so. I'm just not saying it was your imagination.
It wasn't just
that. Huh?
It wasn't just that.
But it was some of that. It was just everything. But it wasn't just stuff you were just imagining. You know what I mean? So, but you got me in check. We moved on.
Yeah, that was a real make or break time for me.
It was, really? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was that close to just finishing it.
We made it, didn't we? Are you glad we made it?
Yes.
That's what I like to hear.
I didn't even delay or think about it.
Huh?
I didn't even delay or think about it.
No. Considering that when we do a vlog this last week, and I asked you if you were happy in your relationship, if you're happy today.
And there's like a massive pause.
You didn't answer.
Yeah.
But then you told me that night after we visited, you said, "Hey, ask me again. Ask me again." And I said, "What?" And you said, "Ask me that question again." And I asked you, and you said, "Yes, I'm very happy." So.
Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? I still battle with old trauma, and it surfaces, and then when it surfaces, I start having. I know.
I try to reassure you the best I can. I try to keep your inbox full.
I know. Okay, so let's have something nice. Let's have something nice, because I feel like it's been quite deep. What's your favourite thing about our relationship?
What's my favourite thing about our relationship?
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to sound cheesy, but there is honestly too many to count. But if I had to, I love it all. I love the deepness. I love the disagreements. I love it all. I love everything about it because it's healthy. I think our banter. I love our banter the most. That's my favorite part.
Really?
Is how we make each other laugh. So.
And even if we have like a serious conversation, we quickly come back to that playfulness.
We already did right at the beginning of the vlog.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Our banter.
Yeah.
So much for you asking questions the people want to know only. You tell me, this is what you told me, baby. You said, I'm going to tell you guys what she told me. She said, when we were talking about asking questions and stuff, she said, you only ask questions you want to know the answer to, is what she told me. And she said, I ask questions the people might want to know. So that question you just asked me right now was not for you.
To be honest, I just Googled it like 2 seconds ago and that came up top. It was a Google question?
Oh, fuck.
I'm serious.
You want to answer
it? I think I'd agree with the banter bit, the playfulness. But I also really like the fact that we can be playful and have that banter and then just go to the other extreme of really deep conversation.
Yeah, that's going to be my other thing too, is how we can be completely open with each other as far as emotionally. And I mean deep.
Yeah.
So.
But then we can just swap back very quickly to just joking. Like we can move between different topics and emotions very easily with each other.
Absolutely. Google, thank you. You got another one while you're there?
I don't know. Do you want me to have a quick look?
Ask it again.
Well, there's all sorts of questions. I just want to say,
anybody that watches this, please put in the comments. Please make a comment, you guys. Please comment and ask questions. Please. We'd love to answer them. Love to.
Wow. Well, I hope I would.
I did get a request. I did get a request for me to talk about prison. but it's vague to me because I don't know what they mean by that. So if you're watching this vlog now, which I'm going to probably comment on the comment, but if you're watching this vlog now, please explain what you want to know about prison. So, and I'll talk about it. I really don't want to, but I will.
Leave me the questions and then I can be the interviewer.
Well, basically you are, because you do get the questions. I would never even know that they were as a question unless you told me, because Sarah does the editing and she does all that stuff. So I would never even know, honestly. But yeah, please let her know and she will ask, which I'm cool with that. But that just takes her out of the hot seat is all she's getting at, guys. So, right? Am I right?
Well, I might throw some questions in myself that I want to know.
Did you find another one?
Oh, well, I did, but then I got distracted. What one thing would you change about me?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, that's not true. That's not true.
My confidence in myself.
Time management.
Yeah, I know.
I would strengthen you in that area a little bit. You just take on too much. And then you look at the whole thing and you get overwhelmed instead of just the one at a time thing. That's one of the big things. Because you take on too much. You're really good at organizing and doing lists. And like you could have us, or like when we do start a business, I think it'll be really good like that as far as the organization end. But when it comes to other stuff, you take on too much at one time. So. But you as a person, absolutely nothing I would change. Not one damn bit. From your height to everything about you.
Okay.
I love.
All right. That'll do. No, I get embarrassed.
Don't be. I love everything about you. You're sexy and beautiful.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm sure they will agree that you are pretty and beautiful and kind, and you will get a bunch of those comments. What would you change about me? If you could change one thing about me, what would it be?
For you to slow down.
What do you mean?
Because sometimes you jump from conversation to conversation, which you've always done.
You told me you liked it.
Yeah, but sometimes I wish you slowed down because I'm always behind you. You know this. I'm still processing
this is something
stuff.
I'm learning just now today for the first time.
I've told you before that I'm
still... No, you have not. You told me you liked how I jumped around like that, is what you told me.
Oh, I just said to slow down. I didn't say stop. I said to slow down.
This is something I'm learning for the first time today.
Because you know me, I'm always still thinking about the previous thing, and you've moved on.
Well, I'll try. I can't make any promises.
And to slow down with, not being so quick and, then things won't get spilt or broken. And then...
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
And sometimes I wish you'd just slow down in yourself and take time to just relax.
Well, you've just repeated that 4 times.
Yeah, because...
So obviously, it's an issue.
Yeah, I've just said slow down, and that's very...
And I just said that obviously it's an issue, because you've repeated it like 5 times now.
So basically, I have to speed up and get things done, and you have to slow down. There you go. We complement each other very well.
I love you.
And with that, He's off out the door. And with that, he's off out the door now.
No, I'm not.
You are. You got your rucksack on.
I'm getting close, but I'm not out the door. You're not getting away that easy because I'm not leaving for another few minutes.
All right. So.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, you can say bye.
I'm going to a job interview, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
There he is. Right. So bye, everybody. We will see you in the next vlog, and don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, like, and anything else I can't think of at the moment.
Please.
Me.